Welcome to the Daily Market Recap. Today is Friday, August 14th, 2026. What a wild ride on Wall Street today. The bulls strapped on their rocket boots as major indices pushed higher across the board. The main engine behind today's rally, solid macroeconomic data coupled with lighter than expected inflation metrics that have traders placing big bets on rate cuts coming sooner rather than later. Investors clearly woke up on the optimistic side of the bed, driving strong buying volume from the opening bell straight through the closing bell. Taking a look across the sectors chart, tech and communication services absolutely stole the show today, charging ahead as mega cap momentum provided massive tailwinds. Consumer discretionary wasn't far behind, getting a nice bump from upbeat retail chatter. On the flip side, defensive plays like utilities and real estate took a back seat as cash rotated heavily into higher beta risk assets. Our trusty fear greed index is sitting comfortably at a cool 65, firmly planting us in greed territory. Investors are feeling confident and FOMO is creeping back into the air. But keep your eyes open. When sentiment gets this cozy, volatility loves to crash the party. Federal Reserve chatter dominated the headlines once again today as recent remarks hinted that central bankers are increasingly satisfied with cooling inflation trends. Bond yields eased lower in response, giving equities a green light to surge. Wall Street is now aggressively pricing in a much softer landing, which sent risk appetite through the roof across institutional desks. In our second big story, mega-cap tech leaders announced record-breaking quarterly capital expenditure commitments directed straight into next-gen computing infrastructure and custom silicon hardware. Rather than worrying about heavy spending, Wall Street applauded the aggressive offensive push, sparking a sector-wide wave of buying that lifted cloud and hardware providers alike. Finally, global supply chain bottlenecks have eased to multi-year lows according to fresh industry shipping data. Analysts are rapidly revising Q3 gross margin forecasts upward for major manufacturers and retailers. Reduced freight costs combined with steady consumer demand are creating a sweet spot that could keep corporate earnings surprisingly resilient heading into the back half of the year. Leading today's leaderboard, Heart Test Laboratories put on an absolute masterclass, skyrocketing after dropping a stellar earnings report and blowout forward guidance. Buyers flooded in, driving high-volume breakouts through key resistance levels. Applied Optoelectronics kept the party going with a massive double-digit pop. A surge in demand for optical transceivers and high-speed data center connections had the bulls stampeding, making this one of the spiciest trades of the entire session.
Reddit squeezed short sellers today with an explosive run higher. Wall Street is falling in love with their licensing deals and growing user monetization, pushing the stock into full-blown rocket mode.
Now, for the painful side of the ledger, Bellring Brands got bruised today, tumbling after missing revenue estimates and lowering full-year margin expectations. Bears took total control, triggering heavy panic selling. Duolingo said adios to its recent gains as the language learning giant stumbled following a conservative user growth outlook. Even solid headline numbers couldn't save it from an aggressive sell-off. Wix.com rounded out our top losers, dropping sharply as software valuation compression hit mid-cap tech stocks. Sellers pounded the bid all afternoon, sending shares down near multi-month support. Turning to the charts, the SPY pushed past key resistance at 550, leaving robust support sitting down at the 542 level. If the momentum continues tomorrow, the next major overhead target for the bulls is sitting near 555. Watch that 542 floor closely. If it breaks, a retest of 535 could be in the cards. The QQQ was absolute fire today, shattering resistance at 480 and looking up toward 488 as the next hurdle. Immediate support now rests at 475, backed by stronger secondary support around 468. As long as QQQ holds above 475, the tech-heavy bull train remains firmly on the tracks. Small caps join the fight. IWM managed to defend vital support at 215 and bounced nicely toward resistance at 222. A decisive break above 222 opens the floodgates toward 228, while a breakdown below 215 could send small caps back to retest 208. Over in crypto land, Bitcoin is flexing its muscles, consolidating near major resistance at $68,000. Key support is anchored rock solid at $64,500. If BTC can decisively clear $68,500, we could easily see a swift leg up toward the $72,000 all-time high zone. Ethereum is riding the momentum wave too, attempting a clean breakout above 3,500 resistance. Support is holding firmly at $3,320. A sustained close above $3,550 sets the target at $30,800, while losing $3,320 might cause a short-term dip down to $3,150. The broader altcoin market is showing vibrant green shoots today as capital rotates out of stablecoins and into high beta layer 1s and AI tokens. Market breadth in crypto is looking remarkably healthy, signaling strong risk on sentiment across decentralized finance. Wrapping things up, overall market sentiment remains bullish with a healthy dash of greed. But keep your guard up as traders digest this week's huge moves. Tomorrow, keep your eyes glued to the morning jobless claims report and comments from regional Fed presidents, as both could trigger immediate volatility. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss your daily market fix. Catch you in the next one.